potentially jeopardize the relationship between the State of Israel and President Trump.
Gershom Baskin. The UN's Palestinian Refugee Agency says it has been ordered by Israel to evacuate its premises and cease operations in the occupied East Jerusalem by next Thursday. The area, which has been occupied by Israel since 1967, is widely considered internationally to be Palestinian territory. The order comes months after the Israeli parliament voted to ban UNRWA from operating in both Israel and East Jerusalem. UNRWA, which supplies aid, education and healthcare to Palestinians, have said the move is contradictory to Israel's international obligations as a member state. Well, let's speak now live to Juliette Touma in Amman in Jordan. She is the Director of Communications at UNRWA, the United Nations Palestinian Refugee Agency. Thank you very much for joining us on BBC News. What would be the impact of this demand by Israel?
Yes, thanks for having me. The direct impact is for 70,000 people who go to UNRWA clinics in occupied East Jerusalem, and just over 1,000 kids who go to UNRWA schools. So that's really the direct impact if what's in the letter is implemented in just over 4 days.
Yes, you talk about the letter from Ambassador Danny Danon at the United Nations. I just want to read what Israel has said. It says that the developments came as a direct response to the acute national security risks posed by the, they say, widespread infiltration of UNRWA's ranks by Hamas and other terrorist organisations, and the agency's persistent refusal to address the very grave and material concerns raised by Israel and to remedy this intolerable situation. Months of good faith engagement with the United Nations and years of related grievances conveyed to UNRWA have been met with blatant disregard, compromising its fundamental obligation to impartiality and neutrality beyond repair. How do you respond to those words?
Yeah, so 3 things. First of all, we've done an investigation about these allegations, and the outcomes are out there in the public domain. And then we've done a review, an international independent review, according to which UNRWA has the most robust systems in place when it comes to the adherence of neutrality, the humanitarian principle of neutrality with regards to our staff and our programs and operations in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and around the region. And the third thing is that we have, over the years, for 15 years, we've been providing the Israeli government with lists of our staff who work in the occupied Palestinian territory, including in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank.
So are you prepared to sit down with the Israelis before this deadline that they say next week comes into force to try and work something out?
Of course, we are. We have been asking for information. We've been asking for cooperation. We've written so many times to the government of Israel, and we've not received a response. The bill should come into place. The Knesset, the Israeli parliament bill, should come into place just in a few days' time. And we've not received formal communications until the weekend with this letter, but we don't know whether our whole operation across the occupied Palestinian territory, West Bank, including East Jerusalem, but also Gaza, whether this operation is going to be allowed to continue as of the 30th of January.
On Gaza, we are in the first phase of the ceasefire and aid trucks have been getting in. How much aid have you been able to get in? And is the picture looking any better in Gaza?
Look, it's certainly much, much better than how it was before the ceasefire, when we talked about just over 50 trucks a day. So now we're talking about thousands of trucks that are going in. What needs to happen is for the ceasefire to hold, for more commercial trucks to come into Gaza, and for UNRWA to be allowed to continue to work. We are the largest humanitarian organization in the Gaza Strip.
Juliette Touma from UNRWA, thank you for joining us on BBC News.